So yesterday, O3 Greedo tweeted, current state of LA is thumbs down. Well, if we're talking musically, I agree, but I also kind of disagree because there's still talent out there. It's just that there's not much of a universal gathering place. Like it's you gotta really think to pull names of like who throws shows on a regular basis to, just see where all the talent is, who's really putting out good music and then who are working together. Also part of this like no jumper fallout kind of plays into the narrative too, I believe. That like, once the host left and started doing their own thing, I see division now, amongst personalities. There's division amongst platforms. It's hard to if you're a independent artist, where do you go to get rock a stage? As I'm driving through this Lamert Park right now, thinking about that history of like, the Project Blows and the Chaos Networks who's still there and the Bananas. We need more of those, that DIY spirit. Also, there is no club or bar in this town that you can go to that will only play LA music or only play West Coast hip hop or only play, that soundtrack of the LA experience, that you would hear on a Camp Flognaw lineup or that you would hear on the Grand Theft Auto 5 soundtrack. We just don't have that. That community structure, which we once have, we no longer have. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's the gang politics that play into it, but I see people who rock different flags on different songs together. I see people from different neighborhoods who do come together. It just doesn't happen enough. So there's that. And then also, like, if we're talking outside of music, it's just like the cost of living is just too high. It's just simply too high. And then, like, places for people to gather just aren't like that anymore. I feel like, props to Hot Water Cornbread for being like, one of the last like safe spaces, especially for black people to, come together and just vibe. Now, I will tell you this though, like, Hot Water Cornbread, that salutes the South, and props to all the people who put that together. I got interviews with them on the way. But there needs to be something that brings people together to salute LA culture, and I really don't think we have that yet. That once upon a time in LA, rest in peace Draco the Ruler, was like, that first notion of that. But since that ended so tragically and almost so stereotypically of Los Angeles's culture of violence, it's like, the purpose of that was defeated. Okay, you can't be average out here. You just can't be a regular working person. Everybody's got to be like, trying to be in music, acting, fashion, social media influencer, or film and TV. There's no like for the average working middle class adult or working class. There's nothing. Within the city, I don't think much really caters to the working class. You know what I mean? So I think, when social media culture is so exaggerated out here and people are moving to pursue their dreams, I mean, I've witnessed it firsthand that, like, somebody would be willing to take what you have to prove to the next person that they have it. All right. So I digress, but why is LA thumbs down? We will always have the weather. We will always have, the California dreaming. We will always be a great tourist destination, a great vacation destination, and we will always have, the best history in pop culture. But as far as like, building upon something new, I don't know what happened. All right, so shout out to O3 Greedo. Glad you free. What do you guys think about what I'm talking about right now? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe. Peace, love, palm.